we're back again. We're continuing our story, Wallace and Grace and the Cupcake Caper. It's hard to say fast. Cupcake Caper. All C's with the K sound. All right, we just had one chapter the other day, 2 days ago. Then we had 2 chapters, and today, we're reading chapter 3. And this chapter is called Master of Tricky. Now, as we left our friends yesterday, they had discovered some ants carrying some yellow cake crumbs. I think I showed you this picture, and there's Wallace and Grace, the 2 owls detectives, looking at these little ants carrying yellow cake crumbs, and they're looking inside this log. Well, Grace went first, and then Wallace, and then Monty, and then Sal. They followed the parade of ants. It was hard not to step on them or eat them. Someone ate my cupcake, said Monty, and left only crumbs. Clue number 3, Wallace wrote on his list. Crumbs. The ants will bring us to the thief, said Wallace. The ants led them into a field of flowers. And then, nothing. No cupcake, no thief. They had reached a dead end. The sun rose and the sky turned blue. What does that mean for owls? It was time for owls to go to sleep. But Wallace really wanted to solve the case before bedtime. So there they are. You can see the sky is kind of getting lighter. It's dark, but it's getting lighter, and that means morning is coming. So they've got their magnifying glass, and they're looking at those ants. But then they disappear into the flowers. So Wallace wanted to get done before he had to go to bed, so he had to hurry. And then they saw it. A fluffy red tail poked out of the flowers. Look. What kind of animal you think that is? I bet you're right. We found the culprit, whispered Grace. What culprit? I found a red fox, said Wallace. Culprit is a big word for cupcake thief, said Grace. Well, you could have just said that. Wallace turned to Monty. That red fox stole your cupcake. Most certainly, said Monty. Let's get him. Wallace was excited. They would solve this case before bedtime. Well, how will we catch him? A red fox is tricky, said Grace. I have a plan, said Wallace. I am the master of tricky. He had Grace, Monty, and Sal make a circle around the fox. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha, they all yelled. And the red fox cried out in surprise. La! 2 owls, a chipmunk, and a groundhog jumped on top of him. Oh my goodness, we caught the thief, called Wallace. Get off, cried the fox. And then he karate kicked Sal. My goodness, look at there. There's the fox on the bottom. And there's Sal and the owls and Monty the chipmunk, all on top of this fox. Well, when he kicked Sal, like a karate kick, Sal backed away and said, Ow! You stole my cupcake. Monty wasn't afraid of Karate Fox, that's his name. But the fox hadn't taken the cupcake. He wasn't the thief. Wallace and Grace had made a big mistake. Grace groaned. We jumped to a conclusion. No, I think we jumped on a fox, said Sal. Jumping to a conclusion is deciding who done it without all the facts, explained Grace. It's like saying, I know the answer before you've done any investigating or researching or looking into finding out the facts. And Wallace agreed and said, yes, we had no evidence. They had been in too big of a rush to solve the case. They needed to slow down. Grace put on her sunglasses, and so did Wallace. They would solve the case in the sunshine. They would stay awake until they found the cupcake thief. Ooh, excuse me. Let's do this right away, they said. And there they are. Grace has got her fancy sunglasses on, and you can tell that Wallace is a little tired rubbing his eyes before he puts his on. See, they're not used to being awake in the daytime, are they? So they're going to put on sunglasses so it won't be so bright, right? Well, Wallace turned to a new page in his notebook. Let's find clues, he said. Have you seen a cupcake? Grace asked the fox. No, said the fox. I am looking for my missing things. You have missing things too? Asked Wallace. This was interesting. Like what? The fox held up a high-topped sneaker. The shoelace is gone. The fox also had a chopstick. I used to have two. The fox held up the top half of an action figure. This guy is missing his legs. Well, Wallace wrote everything in his notebook, and Grace reached for his notebook, and she flipped back a page. And there he is, Mr. Fox or Karate Fox is holding up action figure, a shoe without a lace, and somewhere or other he's got it's on his head, a chopstick that's missing its partner. And Wallace is writing it all down. Well, Grace reached for the notebook and flipped the page, and she saw some other notes. It said plastic spoon, swirled paper, chopstick, long shoelace, half an action figure. So she was looking at the things they'd already written down before, plus the new things on his notes. Aha, she cried. Aha, what? Asked Wallace. Let's play I Spy, said Grace. Now! Monty threw up his arms. I hired you owls to solve my case, not to play games. This game will lead to the thief, promised Grace. So here they are. Wallace, Grace, and angry Monty thinking, I thought you were going to help me solve my case, not play games. My goodness. And that's the end of that chapter. So tomorrow we'll be reading chapter 4, which is Look and See. And I'm pretty sure that is the last chapter. Yep, it is. So we'll leave our friends here talking it over, looking at all their clues, and trying to decide what they're going to do next. Hopefully Monty the Chipmunk calms down a little bit and helps out like he has been. And that's the end for today. I'll see you soon. Love you.